And guys, I missed you all too. This guy really needs to learn how to pronounce his name, and this guy really needs to learn how to speak another language. Shameful. Only an idiot would buy the Apple Watch. Did you just call yourself something? That's right, it's that time of the week. I am Jaime Rivera. This is Pocket Now, and this is the Pocket Now Daily Recap for last week. So on Monday, I asked you if you would pay $400 plus a 2-year contract for the Galaxy Note Edge because it's currently retailing for that price on AT&T. We have 443 comments, out of which Danny Medina says, just wait 2 months and they'll be giving the Note Edge for free on a 2-year contract. You could be right. We have cases like the Amazon Fire Phone, but then again, the Galaxy Note Edge is not really that gimmicky. It's, a gimmick with the Edge display, true, but it's still a Galaxy Note in essence, and it is quite successful. And Josue Lucas says, wait for the Samsung Note Edge drop test, especially the side drop, and let me give a call to my buddy Joshua Vergara. That's a great idea. Then Michael McAllister said, no one in their right mind would pay $400 on contract for any smartphone. Rewind that tape to 2007 for the original iPhone. $500 after a 2-year contract, and it sold like hotcakes. Then on Tuesday, I asked you if the delay of the Apple Watch make you want to switch. The rumors are that the Apple Watch will not be ready for February 14th. Apparently, it'll happen until March or somewhere around the spring, and that's really bad news. We have 375 comments, out of which Ali says, Apple Watch, would be a product for the dumb Apple fans that just want to spend money. Until the watch is launched, Samsung, Pebble, Motorola would have a new smartwatch on that surpasses their last product for a cheaper price tag. I'm kind of confused with your comment, and that's the reason we like to keep them short. But then again, I try to get your point. Yeah, a lot of Apple fans are going to end up buying the Apple Watch. The question is if there are enough. We know that there are millions of iPhone users out there, but there are more Android fans out there that are not buying into Android Wear. The Neo-N12 says, Apple still haven't convinced why I need their smartwatch, and you're right, it hasn't convinced me either. If it's going to be just another iteration of the existing smartwatches that are already in the market, I don't find the purpose. The Streetwise says, with smartwatches like the LG G Watch are already out, who is really sitting around and waiting for the Apple Watch? The problem is the smartwatch market is barely selling in the 100,000s. So yeah, there are a lot of people that are probably waiting or not really caring. Do you really need a smartwatch? I have one, I have two actually, but I don't really feel that I need them. Then on Wednesday, I asked you if you would be willing to pay $5,000 for a smartwatch, as the rumors are that the Apple Watch Edition will be costing that, and then the stainless steel variant will cost $500 and the aluminum variant $300. We have 1,078 comments, out of which Aim says, if someday I became an idiot, sure, I would. I kind of agree with you, man. I mean, I would spend $5,000 for a Rolex. It's a Rolex. And Bradley says, I thought apples were fruits, but in this case, they're nuts. I agree with you, dude. And Karthik says, the answer is no, but I'm 100% sure that Apple wouldn't price the Apple Watch Edition to $4,000 to $5,000. No one would buy it. That's the point, or what's the point? And you are right. There are people out there that are willing to spend $20,000 on a watch, true. The problem with the smartwatch is that this hardware will become obsolete a year from now. Not the case with a Rolex. You can resell a Rolex 10 years from now. I remember my father sold a Rolex and exchanged it for a car 20 years ago. A Rolex. The problem with the Apple Watch is instead of gaining value, it'll lose value within time. So it makes no sense. Then on Thursday, I asked you, how often do you use Microsoft Office alternatives or Microsoft Office on your mobile device? As, Microsoft Office had just gone for free, sort of. You don't need to pay Office 365 now, but then again, you're not getting all the functionality. We have 470 comments, out of which Manuel Fisher, in a relationship with Michael Fisher, by any chance, said, Office Mobile seems useless now, especially for iOS. Now that you can get iWork basically for free, yes, you can. The problem is iWork, Sheets doesn't compare to Excel. I'll tell you that much. I used to be a very experienced Excel user, pivot charts, whatever you could think of, and you can't compare one thing with the other. David Hayes says, I use Office mobile apps daily in my job. I use my mobile device primarily to view, but have used to edit and create. I like that Microsoft has now made it a lot for free. Thanks for the video, and yeah, it's great to have the option at least, but then again, there are other alternatives that are much cheaper, no subscription required, and you can pretty much do more than you can currently do with Office in its limited edition. Then another commenter says, I just bought Office 365, FUMS. And yeah, that's the common thing that happens with Microsoft. And finally, on Friday, I asked you what Android smartphone were you using and if you were expecting Lollipop to happen for you, because the news were that companies like Sony, HTC were already teasing when Lollipop would be launched for their devices. We have 1,750 comments. Thanks a lot, guys, out of which Joel Silva says, I have a Galaxy Note 4. I want Lollipop, and dude, you're gonna have a long wait. Sadly, Samsung is the slowest company to do this for reasons that are completely beyond us. And Corolla says, HTC want to mate for sure. Got this brilliant phone only a month ago and I can't wait, or I can't let it out of my hands. Sandskin plus Lollipop. Beautiful Android experience. I agree with you in everything you say, and specifically because HTC has been doing the best job at updating smartphones to newer versions of Android. Then Michael Best says, while Samsung Mobile, Sony Xperia, HTC, and LG Global are prepping for 2015 release of Lollipop, Motorola Mobility just showed these snails how it's done. Well played, Moto. Well played. I agree with you, Michael. Great comment. Motorola is the company that is doing it best right now. They are doing it the smartest as well. They're not trying to sell you any other experiences. You know, when it comes to the UI is already cool. They're giving you other features like touchless controls, things that are useful beyond the software, and therefore giving you software updates that are timely, even faster than Google Play Edition smartphones. So yes, it is worth it to buy a Moto X. Lately, the company is doing an amazing job, and hopefully that will be the case. That's probably your best buy this holiday season if you're considering a smartphone, at least for the software, not the camera. That's it for our Pocket Now Daily Recap. Thank you very much for watching. A couple of tips if you want your comments to be featured. Number 1, keep them short. Number 2, stick to the point. And number 3, try to get some thumbs up. It helps us spot them a lot easier. You can also follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week.